If you've been feeling like you're right on the edge of something, like something is shifting, something is wanting to be born, and maybe it's finally starting to take shape, you are not alone. That restlessness, that sense of like, I feel so motivated to finally create the thing, or to own my authenticity, or to step into the next version of myself, that is the energy of this moment. And today I want to talk about why, because the astrology and the human design transits for this April new moon are telling a specific story. And once you understand it, I think you're going to feel seen. I'm Dana Fay, transformation coach, human design guide, and welcome back to Aligned and Free. Let's get into it. So the new moon is on April 17th and it's in Aries, the first sign of the zodiac, pure initiating fire, new beginnings energy. That alone would be significant. But what makes this new moon really something is that it is not traveling alone. Right now, there are 7 planetary bodies in Aries. 7. The sun, the moon, Chiron, Saturn, Neptune, Mars, Mercury, all in the same sign, all stacking this energy together. That is really rare and it's loud. That is basically the universe saying this is not a casual moment. And sitting right in the middle of all of that is Chiron, the wounded healer. The new moon is actually conjunct the Chiron, meaning they're almost in the same exact degree. So Chiron has been moving through the sign of Aries since 2018, doing this slow, deep work on our wounds around identity, courage, beginning things, taking up space. And this new moon, it's the last new moon in Aries with Chiron here. This is a closing of a chapter and an opening of the next one. Now, here's where it gets really interesting for those of you who follow human design. In HD, we actually overlay the astrology onto what's called the Rave Mandala. It maps each astrological degree to a specific gate in the body graph. And the new moon is at 27 degrees of Aries, so it is landing in gate 3. Gate 3 is called the gate of ordering or innovation in quantum human design. The energy here is about stopping confusion and establishing order so that something new, something potentially really viable, can actually take hold in the world. And this energy is living in the sacral center, which means you feel it in your body. It is that creative pulse, that sense of something wanting to come through. That's gate 3. But here's the key. When those new ideas and inspirations hit, it's your job to not force them out into the world, but rather to wait for divine timing. This is located in the sacral center after all. So we're waiting for that sacral response, for that full body yes that says it's go time. In the traditional I Ching, where we get the human design gates from, it is actually called difficulty at the beginning, this gate 3. And that framing is interesting. I think it matters because what gate 3 teaches us is that the difficulty, the urgency, even the struggle, the not quite there yet feeling, that is a sign that something is wrong. And it's also giving you the opportunity to grow and evolve. It's this creative tension that actually brings birth to something new. This is like a seed or a nut that doesn't crack open painlessly. The butterfly doesn't just slip out of the cocoon effortlessly. The mess is actually part of the process. So if you've been in that in-between space where you know you're not where you were, but you're not fully who you're becoming yet, but you can almost see it and maybe you're going from back and forth from the two versions, that is gate 3. This moon sees you, and this energy brings with it the ability to bring real change into the world, into your personal world as well. This energy is to be inspired, to create something new. So this new moon is literally the time to plant new intentions in the heart of spring, the spring season. So what are you planting for the rest of 2026? Personally, I get a little overwhelmed at planting a new intention every new moon because that's every 28 days, right? But I would encourage you to actually take time for it on this one. So, what are you done playing small at? Where are you finally ready to just be yourself in? I don't have gate 3 defined in my own chart, but I am so here for this conjunction. that is just happening in this potent sacral creative energy. My intention on the 17th, and actually the week leading up and the week after, is to leave space in my day to slow down, to check in with my body, to feel what's moving through my field. And the truth is, it's going to be hard for us to do this. I'm recording this just the day after Mars moved into Aries, and yesterday I had a wiry day. It did feel like a lot of planets transiting fire energy. So this new moon period where all these planets are in Aries, it's going to be such a good time to just like have boundaries and come back to your center over and over and over again, even if you are sensitive to it. To share just from my own personal experience as a manifesting generator with a completely open heart center, one of my biggest archetypal battles has been proving my worth. That shadow pulls me out of my authentic self and into my head, following my mind's direction instead of my actual strategy and authority all the time. And when I'm in that pattern, I move fast. I jump on inspiration without checking in with my sacral, without letting my emotional authority settle first. Impatience, forcing, pushing, it's written all over my chart in the lower expression. And I'm sharing this with you because it's such a core human experience, especially in this culture that we live in that glorifies hustle and speed. I'm not unique to it. I'm just someone who's doing the work to bring awareness to it and actually trying to follow my strategy and authority. So I want to offer you with the same questions that I'm sitting with heading into this new moon. Can you trust in divine timing, knowing your ideas will be shared with the world when you and the world are ready? What will you do when creative inspiration hits you this week? Because with Chiron here, it might feel less like excitement and work related, and it might feel more like a healing opportunity, something you're ready to let go of, or a knowing that you're finally ready to step into. What does your body already know that maybe your mind is trying to override or is scared to follow? And can you quiet the noise of all this fire energy? Because there's a lot of it. And actually stand in your own sovereignty about what feels most aligned for you and your truth. So here's the question Chiron is bringing to you this new moon. Where are you still making your wound mean something is wrong with you? Where are you still kind of playing the victim card? Chiron in Aries for 7 years has been asking us to heal the wound around our right to exist as we are, because we are inherently valuable just because we exist. We are able to take up space. We are able to be seen, even when we're not fully healed or formed or perfected yet. And this last Aries new moon with Chiron is saying it's time to stop waiting until you are healed to begin. The beginning is part of the healing. The beginning is now. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't need a clean, confident start. Gate 3 is saying the beginning is actually supposed to feel difficult. That's how you know it is real and it is leading you somewhere. So what do you actually do with this energy? A few things first. First, name what's in the in-between. Get honest with yourself about where you are in this Gate 3 moment right now. Personally, MG energy, I can be all over the place. And then I come back to focus. What is it in this year in 2026 that I'm focusing on? And what is trying to take shape in your life that hasn't fully formed yet? Don't try to force clarity. Just acknowledge it. The thing is trying to be born. And if it isn't ready yet, that's okay. Again, sacral center, we are waiting for that response. Second, notice where you're making the difficulty mean something bad. Where are you telling yourself that the messiness in your life is proof that you are failing? Or if that it was truly aligned for you, it would actually feel easier. That story is the Chiron wound talking. The aligned path still might have friction, especially at the beginning. And third, set intentions that honor where you actually are. Not aspirational leaps over the uncertainty, intentions that meet you in the middle of it. Something like, I trust that what is forming in me is real. I give it permission to take the time it needs, and I take one small step forward anyway. I am meeting the universe. You are in a co-creation. Can you let it meet you? And if you're into rituals, this new moon on the 17th is a beautiful time to write all those thoughts down, those intentions down. Light a candle, sit with it. Aries is a fire sign, so lighting a candle or sitting by a fire, doing something like that is good. This new moon is not asking you to have it all together. It's asking you to begin anyway from exactly where you are, in the middle of the mess, authentically, trusting that the difficulty is not the detour, is actually the path. If you want to understand what your own human design chart says about where you are right now, what gates are active for you, what your energy type says about how to move through moments like this, I would love to work with you. The link to book a session is in the description down below. And if this video resonated with you, share it with your bestie who you love to talk moon transits with. They might need to hear it as well. And thank you for doing that. And I will see you on the next video.